Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from TinaHeals.com. And if you have a Taurus ascendant, a Taurus rising, a Taurus moon, and a Scorpio sun, then this is your video. So you have your ascendant degree or your rising in fixed Earth, ruled by Venus. She's your ascendant lord, so obviously her placement is the very key to understanding your natal chart. She's also the ruler of your moon. Your moon also being in fixed Earth, ruled by Venus, and this moon is exalted. Moon and Venus are the two feminine archetypes up in the skies. The rest are all masculine, unless you take the asteroids into consideration. So you have the two friendly planets, Venus and Moon, very prominent in your chart. You have a first house moon. This means you're very beautiful. First house, the house of self, your physical body. Moon there means you're very, emotions come easily to you. Okay? But of course, you have that sun and moon opposition with your Scorpio sun. And sun in fall in Scorpio is not a good placement for the sun. And you have a lot of fixed energy, because your ascendant, your moon, and your sun are all in fixed signs. So you do not like to make compromises. You have a particular way of doing something and you think that is the best way to do it. And you are very stubborn, very temperamental. Okay, and sun in, again, Scorpio is fixed water, feminine. So all feminine signs, very feminine expression. Okay, now the ascendant is the degree of the zodiac, rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. So the rising sign is sort of how the world perceives you. It's the first point of touch that your soul makes with the 3D matrix. It is how you're plugged into the matrix. It is your physical body, your health, your gesture. It is self, okay? Everything that encompasses the idea of self. And understanding the karma of your ascendant is the key to awakening the inner wisdom, okay? Now, Taurus is the archetype of the builder. This is a sign that deals with banking, finances. In Taurus, the soul finds the physical body, rules the physical body, and vegetation and agriculture. So it has a very close connection with food. Taurus ascendants, you love to cook and you're very appreciative of whenever you go someplace and people give you food. And the way you dress is very traditional. Taurus brings about this very feminine, traditional look. You love things to be high fashion. Venus is our desire principle. It is how we are seduced into incarnation. If you think of the 5-petal pentagram of Venus, it is how we experience the world through our 5 senses. Okay, so you have a very strong desire about you. But the key to this is not getting fixated in the desire realms of procuring and hoarding and materialism only. Because Taurus is so much more than that. Now, the Taurus ascendant, you are slow moving, not quick moving. You like to take things slowly, a very methodical approach, slow and steady. And Taurus is about understanding the beauty in all forms. And it's food, so think about what happens when you put the food in the mouth. It comes down through your throat. Taurus rules the throat chakra, and the thyroid. So thyroid imbalances can see you gaining weight, and for Taurus people it's not easy to lose that weight. Even Taurus rules the thyroid. So any hormonal imbalances, very destructive. So you have to always remember to keep your hormones in check and work with them. Okay, and Taurus, because it's about food, you should be giving yourself healthy food. Okay, 6th house is Libra, which holds you up, the pelvis. So putting a lot of weight can put pressure there, and pain can arise there. That is something to think of. There can be a very decadent and hedonistic side to this, self-indulgent side to Taurus. Venus is all things sweet. You could have a massive sweet tooth. And as I said, a lot of Taurian people have eating disorders. Okay, and if you think that, okay, I have an exalted moon, Doesn't mean the moon is always very, giving you the best benefits, because here your moon is in opposition to Scorpio, because that's your sixth house, seventh house. Okay, so it's in opposition. So the way your emotions and your outward projections never quite, at ease, always contradictory, always conflicted. So Taurus is connected to the Muladhara chakra, and the Sephiroth that goes with it is Malkuth, and the tarot card is the Hierophant. And Taurus is archetype of the builder, and they love rooting. Uranus in Taurus is probably changing the way you look at reality. And this planet is a planet of sudden changes, and Taurus doesn't like changes. But Uranus in Taurus is really about making you root even deeper. Think of what happens when oak trees realize that there is imminent danger of thunderstorms, incessant thunderstorms. They start to root deeper. So I think that's what's happening with you, Taurus. You are rooting deeper, and you're building something beautiful, because Taurus understands functionality, substance. This is the sign of substance, not brash, rash, you think your way through. Slow and steady wins the race. You got that one going, all right? Love, sensuality, very tactile, touch, feel, slow in bed, like, the pleasure of the partner is important. They can lie and cuddle, very fertile energy. This is the womb energy, nocturnal, earth, very fertile. So, you can get other people pregnant, or you can get pregnant, and Scorpio's sun, very fertile again. So, keep that in mind, okay? If you're not looking to have babies, then think of contraception with this, because Scorpio rules the genitalia. So you see how everything is being really desire, and Scorpio is also very, very much about desire. Now, can be very possessive, known to hold grudges, temperamental, and bull seeing red, that can be problematic. Taurus moon, yes, you can be quite possessive and temperamental, okay? And if you don't want to forgive, you don't want to forgive. You don't want to hear. Your mother was probably very fixed, but could have been very artistic. Taurus is a sign of arts. Could have been into food, into the food industry or the beauty industry. A lot of Taurus people go into the beauty industry, especially say if you've got a Libra sun. Yeah, that really works out. You don't like surprises. Okay, even Scorpio doesn't like surprises. But be more open to the transient side of life, the ephemeral, because then you realize the ephemeral. Then you realize that it's not just 3D buying and, hoarding. It's about so much more, because Taurus is about a spiritual awakening. The fixed star, Aldebaran, and the third eye of the bull, that is the third eye of the bull. Aldebaran is the opening of the third eye when it gets active. And the Vedic people call this the Kritikas, which was sort of a metaphysical bridge. So you see, Taurus is not just about the base reality, okay? Because Malkuth also, the energy of Malkuth, it travels between dimensions. And Taurus, because food is such an important part of us. So Taurus understands a very important basic, and Taurus moon understands stability. They like that. Financial stability. Can be quite a shopaholic. Retail therapy always works for Taurus moons. It's exalted Taurus moons, and you have a rising Taurus rising. So yeah, retail therapy should work. Do not get enmeshed in the 3D realm. You're good to go. Okay, Stephen Forrest, the eminent astrologer, says the Taurus is not just about money. At an even more fundamental level, it represents nature itself and the survival resources she provides us. So Taurus is the resources that Mother Nature gives us. That's why she's so fertile, and that's why she deals with food and the physical body. So staying in touch and being connected to your physical body is very important. Embody the existence. That's what you're here to do. That's what Taurus wants. Embody existence. Okay, now you have a 7th house sun in fall. Scorpio is not a good place for the sun, ruled by Mars and Pluto. malefics. Mars is the lesser malefic, and Pluto is the realm of the unconscious. And Scorpio rules the genitalia, organs of procreation and elimination. And this is 7th house sun in opposition to your moon and your rising. So the rising is how the world perceives you, and the sun is how you want the world to perceive you. It's your father, it's how you shine, it's your healthy sense of self. And Scorpio's archetype of the detective, the investigator, because Pluto likes to dig deep and go into the crux of it all. Okay, if you look at the traditional rulership, Scorpio is ruled by Mars. And in esoteric astrology, many say that Mars is the sole ruler of Scorpio. Scorpio is all about change and death and transformation. Okay, and it is not an easy energy to have. So having a 7th house sun, moon in opposition, your parents could have fought a lot. Your mother may have been, more earthy, whereas your father was more into the occult and things like that. With the Scorpio sun, there's definitely an interest in the occult. Okay, and you see again, your moon is being opposed by your sun, and they're both ruled by the archetypal male and female opposing each other, Mars, Venus. In Scorpio and Taurus, this polarity is very, very much about understanding desire, I think. Because Mars is also very, very much our desire. Okay, it's how we take action. So having a Scorpio, and this is a feminine sign. It's water. So this is Mars expressing himself was more feminine. In Aries, Mars is more rambunctious, but the fixed water of Scorpio, I think, gives Mars more staying power. And Mars is very powerful in Scorpio. Okay, especially depending, your solar ruler is Mars, and your ascendant lord is Venus. So depending on whether you have a day chart, night chart, who's the greater benefic, who's the lesser malefic, and all of this, you have to piece together the story of all these two planets by sign, houses, and aspects. And then you can understand the whole story, But otherwise, Scorpio is very much about transformation and transmutation. It has 3 archetypes: the scorpion that stings, okay, which is caught in debauchery and all kinds of low-level activity. Then we have the eagle, who has awakened, who's the disciple awakened, and is ready to face the dark night of the soul and looks down from a vantage point. And then we have the phoenix, which is the Kundalini awakened Scorpio. And Kundalini awakened Scorpios can be great astrologers, magicians. They can do anything that they want, they put their mind to, because Scorpio comes with a tremendous fixed energy. And this is Taurus is also fixed. So concentration and starting things and completing them should not be a problem. Okay, if you're not whiling the Scorpio energy away, because Scorpio can be very destructive. And that sun is not in a good position. The sun is opposed to the moon and the rising. So there can be a lot of contradictions, a lot of conflicts that come up with this. Okay, father and mother essentially. Okay, not being, your father could have had a lot of secrets. You can have a lot of secrets. Scorpio suns, any placements in Scorpio, a lot of secrets. Anger, I see, is a big thing. Taurus, I won't say they're as angry as an Aries or a Scorpio, but they have their moments. And they can be very angry. So throw in a Scorpio sun in the mix, and it can be diabolical. Violence, domestic violence, road rage, and all of that. Okay, but always remember to touch base with your physical body, because that is what your moon wants. That's what your ascendant is asking you to do. Embody existence. And of course, the Plutonic Scorpio sun will always dig deep, investigate, and go in. I hope you like that video as much as I like making it for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know what you think. Book a reading. Thank you.